give me your first name and what's your domain, yeah? What do you do? What's your study? And why do you want to do IELTS? 3 things, yeah? So start with Siwar. Yes, Siwar.
Hello, my name is Siwar. I'm an architect. And I think I need IELTS to apply for scholarships.
Scholarships, yeah, big target. Well done, Siwar. Nice to meet you. And Ola, yes. Yes.
I'm economy, so I have IELTS for masters.
Ah, okay. For your masters.
Yeah.
Is that Damascus University that you're doing?
No, in Syria Virtual University.
SVU. Nice. Nice to meet you, Ola. Yeah? I think you need 6.
Yeah.
6 overall, yeah? In IELTS, 6.5?
No, 5.5.
5.5. Okay, easy peasy, no problem. Okay, Abdul Karim.
Yes, my name is Abdul Karim Sirawan. I'm studying business administration. I want to get IELTS for scholarship.
Okay, nice. Business administration. What's your? Is that Damascus University?
Not IIU.
AIU. Okay, nice. Okay, nice to meet you, Abdul Karim. Wonderful. And we have Ahmed here.
My name is Ahmad.
Yes.
I'm a master student in Damascus University. I need IELTS for studying, especially in UK and.
So you've made your mind about the UK.
Yeah.
UK, nowhere else. That's it. Okay.
It's the best.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I can say yes. Okay. Guys, I spent 6.5 years of my life in the UK, so I can, transfer all the experiences that I've earned from there to you guys. So, yeah, whenever you decide to go there, just let me know about it, yeah? Good, so, right, fantastic, Ahmed. Nice to meet you. Big man, right. And Marah, yes.
Marah Ahmed.
Yes, Marah.
Law student.
Law.
Law student.
Nice.
In Damascus University. And I want to do IELTS for maybe apply for a scholarship after graduation.
So how long have you still got to graduate?
1 year.
1 year. That's nothing there. You guys spend a lot of years in the law school of law, right?
Yeah.
It's really tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done. What is it that you want to specialize in, Marah, in the future?
I don't know. I want to complete the master.
Okay, possibly international law, possibly, or?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. It seems that I'm gonna choose her future. Okay, don't worry about it, Marah. And we have Anas, I believe. Okay, Anas.
Anas Tukhar. I am studying civil engineering at Damascus University, and I'm working for the Syrian Society for Social Development.
Wow, what's that?
It's a human organization.
Okay, is that governmental organization?
No,
NGO. Your NGO. Okay, are you a volunteer there?
No, I'm a focal point.
Focal point.
For community-based initiatives.
So right, nice. So you get you earn money for this job.
Yes.
It's not free. Well done. That's really nice. Humanitarian and earn some money for that. What else can you dream of? Yes. Okay, Ahmed.
Ahmed Barakat. I'm civil engineer. I want to take the IELTS to travel abroad.
And that's it. Get the hell out of this country. Okay, Ahmed. Nice to meet you. And we have Noor.
Hi, I'm Noor Amir. I'm a doctor and I'm doing master now in laboratory medicine. And
Noor, you were doing an advanced, right? Ah, I could see. Where have I seen this lady there? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
In laboratory
medicine.
Okay. That's something to do with analyzing materials and all that?
Blood.
Okay. And anything to do with cancer research, possibly in the future?
Possibly in future. Yeah.
Ah, nice. Fantastic. Anything to do with stem cells? Do you know what stem cells are?
This is for the future too, after this 4 years.
Okay, nice. Do you know what stem cell is, guys? You know, when you clone somebody missing a part, so they clone something and then they form the new part. And I really am interested in this. Noor, big target, fantastic, well done. And we have Mohammed, yes?
Muhammad. My name is Muhammad Jai.
Yes.
I'm a civil engineering student. I'm a trainee at my father's office now. I need IELTS for applying scholarship in Malaysia.
Malaysia, right, nice. Well, if you can have a different place to go to, unless the university you're going there is top.
No, my father have some friends there, so...
Okay, so you can sort yourself out, yeah? And no visa needed, that's it.
Yes.
Just get in, yeah, buy the ticket, get in there. How easy. Nice, Mohammed. Yes, okay. And Ola, yes, please.
I'm Ola Hafiz. I'm a pediatrician. I
Pediatrician. Right, nice.
I graduated last month. Now I need the IELTS to be to make a subspecialty in UK.
In the UK? Wow, fantastic. I mean, I had a friend who was a pediatric in the UK. You guys make a lot of money if you can get there and do all the. I think there are certain tests that you have to do to qualify there. It's not step 1, it's 2. I don't know, different ones. The blood test, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can get you in touch with this person if you want to get any further in your UK experience. Yeah, more than happy to hear that. Big, really dream, I guess. Wonderful. Okay, and another Ola here. We have too many Olas there. Is this the? Oh, you have an Ola here. Oh my God, it's Ola-dominated class. All right, nice to meet you. Go ahead.
My name is Ola Bdaid. I'm an accountant. I need IELTS for scholarship.
Simple, right? Okay. Have you applied to any Ola?
Yes.
Which ones?
London University.
Okay. Is that in China? Is that in China?
That's Switzerland.
Switzerland. Okay. Do they offer full scholarships?
Yes.
Okay. So don't tell anyone about it,
Yes.
right? Okay. Nobody heard what I was saying, right? Okay. Right. Okay. And we have Isra here. Yes, please.
My name is Isra. My study is sociology. I work as a social worker in a charitable society.
Nice.
First, I want the IELTS because I love English in the first place.
Well, it's very clear.
Yes. I'm thinking about scholarship.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, IELTS is going to offer you not only preparation for the final test, which we're going to talk about now, it actually offers you a great opportunity to level up, 2 levels up, to go 2 levels up. I mean, this course is going to take every single one here in their general English skills 2 levels up, even if you decide not to do the test. So, yeah, well done, Isra. Excited. I like excited people here. Right, okay, and we have Sharif. Sharaf, apologies, yes.
I'm an architect and I need IELTS for applying for scholarship.
Okay. Are you a graduate, Sharaf?
No.
Okay, about to graduate. Fantastic. Big target. Fantastic. Well done. And Tasneem. Yes.
Yeah, I'm an architect too.
Are you friends, guys?
Yes.
Right. Do you know her? Do you know one another? Oh, right. Okay. Oh, been invited by architects and Olas here. Right. Okay, nice. Tasneem, yes.
Yeah, I need IELTS for a scholarship.
Nice. Okay. Have you applied to any yet?
Not yet.
Okay, nice. I was a Chevening scholar in 2002, guys, yeah? So I can tell you more about this and how it works. Do you know Chevening?
Yes.
One of the top scholarships that... yeah? Riverside Foundation, Chevening, or both, you know, really top-end scholarships. So I can give you some of my advices if you want. Nice to meet you, Tasneem. And we have, thank you, we have Marwan, yes?
Yes, I am Marwan. I'm doctor of cardiology specialist, 30 years.
Third year?
Third year.
Is that 3rd year in your specialty? So you're done with the 6 years and now you're doing... Man, you spend all your life studying. God, don't you have a life to live, for God's sake? Oh, gosh. Bless you, bless you. What, you're practicing in one of those public hospitals? Is that Moasa and anything?
Yes.
Okay. I said, all right, okay. Nice to meet you, Marwan. Fantastic. You must have had a sleepless night, I guess, right? Okay. Wow, okay. Fantastic. Nice to come here. Nice to see you here. All right, Mazen. Yes, please.
I'm Mohammed Mazen Safi. I'm civil engineering. I'm working in a project partner with the UNICEF and SOS Charity.
Do you get in touch with a lot of foreigners?
Yes.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
I entered this course to improve my languages now.
Just to improve your language generally. Okay, and this is again, let me reflect on this. Guys, in IELTS training, we train you on a global level English, right? It's not going to be like any of those transitional courses, like 6A, 6B or whatever. It's going to be something global, yeah? How speaking is done on by native speakers. How do you do the reading globally, like native speakers, and listening, and even writing. We're going to spend a lot of time on that. Okay, Mazen, nice to meet you. Fantastic. And we have Amal here. Yes, Amal, go ahead. Yes.
Software engineer.
Software engineer. You're a computer geek? Yeah? Like to immerse yourself? Right? Are you going to do viruses to us or something?
No.
Well, no. Do you know how to tackle viruses?
Yes.
You design them, huh? You're evil. Okay, Amal. Yeah, why do you want to do IELTS, Amal?
I want to improve my English and I need to apply for scholarship.
Okay, nice. Are you graduate, Amal?
Yes.
Okay, which university is that? Damascus. Okay. Are you doing any masters?
Abroad. I need to join
you want to go there, right? And find your frontiers. All right, okay. Nice to meet you, Ahmad. And we have Reis.
My name is Reis Khafi. Software engineering, study 5 years.
Uh-huh.
5 years.
So are you the same domain, guys? You're software engineer, you said?
I graduate.
But same domain, software engineering, is that what you said? Okay. Artificial intelligence, right, okay. Wow, guys, I can't even understand these things, you're so clever for that. What, do you program machines? Is that what you do?
Yes.
Kill people? No, make something good. Okay.
Work at Flora company, business intelligence analyst.
Business intelligence analyst and industrial intelligence thing. All intelligence thing in life, dominated by Reis. Right, okay. How long have you been working for Reis?
3 years.
3 years. That's a big experience, yeah. Right, fantastic. And why do you want to do IELTS for? What do you want to do it for?
After I graduate, to use it in job.
Okay. So hopefully, yeah. How much time do you still have to graduate?
1 year.
1 year to go. All right, fantastic, wonderful. Well, really big warm welcome to every single one of you. I really like the variety of domains that people are having here. Fantastic. Do you have a problem with my English here? Am I too fast? Are you all right with this? Okay, you're going to have to really get used to it because you have no chance, no other choice, I'm afraid. I don't do Chinese, I don't do Spanish, I only do English here. All right, okay, so let me tell you the story of IELTS and then we can go down the business of IELTS straight all the way through. So, IELTS, ladies and gentlemen, stands for International English Language Testing System. It's been there for about 40 years, 38 years, I believe. 38 years plus. Same system of testing people's English globally, no problem. Now, what IELTS covers is anybody has done IELTS here? Has anyone done IELTS before? Yeah? Do you have any idea about it? Okay, no problem. IELTS covers 4 main skills, ladies and gentlemen. It covers listening, and then reading, writing, then speaking. Now, this course is designed towards one big target, is to really qualify you for the international test of IELTS anywhere in the world. That's the main aim of this course. Obviously, as we go through this, we're not going to only train you on how to use techniques and things like this to pass the test with a really high score. We're going to try and work on your English too. Yeah? Because if you wanna score really high in IELTS, which is, I would call it a treasure forever. Yeah? It's a treasure forever. Seriously, it's like it's equivalent in importance to the BA that you're getting. Seriously. Because every single one in the world will say yes to IELTS. Says, okay, this is a global certification. Wherever you go in the world, will say yes. That's it. It's a global standard. So it's a wonderful, really worthy certificate to put it in your back pocket. Yeah? And move on. Yeah? So that's the 2 things that we're going to be working on. Now, how do we do this in this course? Well, it's going to be very systematic, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me go through the package that you may have got. Some of you may have got this. Let me get through the package. Can I borrow this? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what you've got. It's a big chunk of books, but it's all there for a purpose, yeah? It's not random. Now, first thing we start with is this, yeah? That's focus on IELTS, as you may have seen. This is the reference that we're going to be using for training in class on the skills, in class training, yeah? We're going to be using all these exercises to train on a systematic basis. For instance, in listening, there are certain exercises we do together here to really cover the main, basic, and advanced skills. Now, once we're done with this, then we can move on to something a little more attractive, if you like, and that's the so-called IELTS 8, if you like, yeah? Right, okay, IELTS 8, it says Cambridge IELTS 8, not only IELTS 8, yeah? Now, what's this? This is used in class 2 to train you for real tests. It's not enough to train on listening, reading, or writing, or whatever. it's very important to expose you to what's going to happen in the real test, so how it feels like to do a real test. Now this booklet involves 4 full tests. This can never be touched right now, guys. Never try this, yeah? It's like a time bomb now. If you try it, it's going to go off, and it's going to really cause you damage if you do it now. Don't be too brave and try this now, please, I beg you, right? Don't come to me next time and say, oh, I tried the test and I failed. No, you are not qualified to do that. But we do this and on a very systematic, in a very systematic way, yeah? But that's something to be left aside. IELTS 5, as you can see, yeah? This is another bunch of real tests, but this is to be done back home. I give you homework on this, right? This is when you get to the level where you can do real tests. That's it. For this, IELTS 8, we do train on these exams in class. These exams are trained on off class, I mean at home. But again, never touch this. This is too toxic now, yeah? Toxic, yeah? You know what toxic is? Yeah, very, very dangerous, right? Unless you've seen, I don't know, this toxic thing. Alright, okay, what's that? Alright, there we go. There we go, guys. That's the third reference here. It says, focus on academic skills for IELTS. Can you see that? Yes, so say no. What's going on in the world, guys? Come on, cheer up. It's just the beginning, I'm afraid. Alright? Oh, yeah. This is the so-called homework book, yeah? I give you certain things to do off class, you know, certain exercises to be trained on here, using this book. This is level 1 training, yeah? But when it comes, that's for academic and general. Anybody doing general IELTS here? Okay, I'm going to tell you what general and academic IELTS in a minute. This is level 1 back home training. This is level 2 training back home, right? Do you understand this, guys? Yeah. We train you for the skills, prepare you for things, and then we do tests. It's not like, you know, going through tests immediately. Yeah. Is that alright, guys? Is that clear? Yes. That's the homework book, guys. You see how thick is that? We're going to have to do it all. What? You have to do it. Anyways, right. Okay. Look at this packet. Look at this booklet here. It says writing module, right? Yeah. This is only for writing. Nothing to be worried about right now. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to go through the course, guys, yeah? So don't be afraid. Don't touch this right now until I say so. Now, every one of us has a problem of vocabulary. Yeah, we need vocabulary. We've been training for vocabulary for ages, you know, in my 12th grade baccalaureate stage, and I've been like memorizing lists and lists, but I can't get it all in my mind. Well, we have 2 references for you to train for vocabulary. This is reference number 1, vocabulary for IELTS. I'm going to tell you how to use this in a very systematic way, yeah? We're not going to learn lists of words. We're going to learn them and how in context. You have to use them to learn them, not learn them, then use them. Got that? It's a totally different approach, yeah? You know what? In my life in the UK, I think I used about 1,000 words in total to get myself through my master's and PhD and my life in the UK. It's been more than 1,000 words, including is and am and are. 1,000 minus 3, that's 997, right? Oh, that's what Right, okay. Right, that's the other resource of vocabulary. It says academic word list. Can you see that, guys? Yes. Yeah? This is academic word list, so this is level 2. This is going to take you up to the 7+ band in IELTS. I mean, more than 7.5 even, right? Very, very well selected, a bunch of phrases and vocabulary to be used in your speaking, in your writing, and it's going to back up your reading skills too, right? Nice. But don't touch them until I tell you how. Because we've been trained, guys, in university stage or school stage or any, to train to learn words and lists, which is totally, absolutely, utterly wrong. Yeah? I was about to swear. No, right. Okay, so that's it. That's your package there, guys. But don't worry too much about it, because everything I need you to bring in for next time and now is this one, right? Focus on IELTS, and the skills book, please. I'm sorry, keep really shy. Oh yes, thank you for helping. that's it. These are the 2 books that we will be needing for the first week. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So you don't have to carry the whole package with you whenever you go. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Focus on IELTS skills and focus on IELTS. Hi. Hey, that's all right. Come on in. Do you have some space? Would you like to sit here?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Do you mind? Please take your seat. Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. Okay. Now, let me tell you on how we're going to go about the test. Sorry, no test. We're already doing test. No, report. Right? Oh, I'm seeing the test in my dream. I can't believe it. Just give me a second, please. I'm going to close the door. Proper. All right. Look, talking to you right now, just a minute ago, just tells me something that the vast majority of you are up to the IELTS level. I mean, you being upper intermediate in your general English skills, right? So, if you understand 80% of what I'm saying here, you are okay. You can carry on, no problem whatsoever. I do not teach English here. In IELTS, I don't teach English. I teach you or train you on how to use English. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
Now, using English means how to speak proper, how to read proper, how to write in an academic way, and how to listen like native speakers do, right?
Yeah.
This is the purpose of this course. I have to be clear about it. So let's talk about the listening section here. The way we go about it is that we're going to spend 2 weeks on each of those skills. 2 weeks, except for writing, where we're going to be spending 3 weeks. Now, how does that go? In the first week, we're going to be using the focus book just to get you to know how exactly listening is done. What kind of techniques that I have to use in order to go through the exercises and the thing. Mind you, IELTS training is not training you, it's not going to aim only for you getting through the test successfully. It aims for, do you know the so-called language barrier? You know, let's say that some one of us, any one of us here just like, booked their tickets to the UK, landed on Heathrow Airport, and that's and started their life in the UK. Yeah. First thing, if you do this tomorrow, first thing you'll be facing is the so-called language barrier. People will be speaking in a totally different way, just very quickly, not really care for you whether you've understood them or not. They don't care. They just like talk and go, because they assume that every single one of this word has to understand them, no matter how they speak or how they do it. So that's going to be a language barrier. You know, I can really remember my first couple of weeks in the UK. I was like totally scattered, shattered into pieces. I was just like, first word that I could ask myself, well, what do you mean by that? You know, student accommodation? Accommodation, places you want to live in, right? I was dragging my stuff in there. I said, excuse me, which room am I booked in for? He said, and your friend has actually swapped this with another room. What do you mean swap? Is my room swap? My room is, what is swap? Swim? Swap? What? No, your friend has swapped your room. So it's like, okay, so can you give me the keys for that room? And this like, just, I was like, I think, was it like 600 something, my room. I was just like, putting the keys there, it's not working, because he said, your friend has swapped the room. So I had to go all the way and drag my stuff there. I said, excuse me, what's this? He said, just read the label there. Ah, it's not this one, it's 500 whatever. So I had to go, this kind of crazy stuff. I had so many instances, like taking a bus that takes me to nowhere, whenever I wanted to go to somewhere. Because I couldn't understand what the driver is saying. All right, mate, just get in, yeah, well, whatever. It's just can't believe it, it's totally crazy. So, IELTS aims at killing your language barrier. I'm not saying that IELTS is gonna train you on how to speak to a bus driver or to a taxi driver or anything, or to a cashier. IELTS is way more than this. IELTS is gonna train you on how to live an academic life with no language problems. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, when I say listening, we're going to train you guys on how to do listening the proper way. For instance, a lecturer, oh my god, what's wrong with my pens in there? A lecturer is going on and on and on. Let's say that you are sitting and listening to someone lecturing you in your domain. He's going to go on and on and on. He's not going to stop and say, Anybody wants me to translate your language while you... No, it's just going to go on and on and on. So training for listening will train you on how to pick up certain info and certain pieces of information in a flow of conversation, right? How to be picky. This is not going to train you on how to understand things 100%. You will never understand things 100%. But you will be trained on how to focus on things that you want to pick up. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's what IELTS training for listening will do for you. So you can sit in a lecture, listen to someone, talk to someone on the phone, or have a face-to-face conversation in a very effective way. You don't have to stop him or her every couple of minutes and say, excuse me, what do you mean by this? Can you translate? Excuse, I didn't understand, you know? You're not going to go through this. This is what this is going to train you for. Got it? So first week, we're going to be using this focus book just to get these skills running. And on the second week, we're going to be using the IELTS 8 thing, which is real exam training. Yeah? We shouldn't forget the exam, or we're just going to have to put it really up in there and our minds in there. Okay, so by the end of the second week, you will be qualified to do real listening tests. That is the aim. Got that?
Yeah.
Sound a bit shocked in here. What? What, you were expecting something a little easier?
Focusing with you.
What?
Focusing with you.
Oh, thank you, because you're focusing with me. Thank you. Okay, great, fantastic. Right, let's move on to the other skill. Reading. Many people have a problem with reading. They just...
It's the hard part.
You know, you just come across a big chunk of words. It's like a text with 1,000 words or more. And you only have about 20 minutes to answer 14 questions. How on earth are you going to do this? Now, if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, the way I started doing it when I was in the UK, you will do nothing within 2 months, actually. I remember, let me tell you, my first failure in the UK, although I was achieving scholar. Oh, gosh. Right. My first assignment was of the size of 1,500 words. I mean, in the UK, we guys deal with number of words. Yeah. Words means, if you can do about 350 words a page. So that's about, I don't know, 6 pages, A4, yeah? That's the size of the homework. And the, what was that? The tutor thing gave us about 6 references, 6 books, right? To go through to produce your homework. 6. That's just as much as we learn in a semester in Damascus University, in the whole semester. And that's one homework. And we had 5 modules. 5 times 6, that's a lot of work. You know, being a Damascus University graduate, I was like so brave and started holding, this is my references here. That's my first book. Thank you. Nobody talks to me. I'm just going to open up, read word by word, and translate. So I started translating references. Can you believe it? Each reference is about, 500 pages. And I was like, by the time I remember this, my Greek friend, she was really great. She was a bit kind of not too clever, but she knew how to do it. And the deadline was, I think, we had about 2 weeks to finish off this task. And by the time I was on the 10th day, 4 days left to hand over, she was done with the whole thing. She was even typed it. She has typed it. Everything was done. And I was halfway through the first reference. You know what? I just like, how could you do this? I'm just doing the first reference. I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm translating things. And she was about to shoot me in the head. I said, what? This is not a translation course. This is a reference. Do you know what that means? I said, no. Can you teach me that? She said, okay, you pick and choose things. The whole book, you just pick and choose about 10 pages and you read them, extract the main info, and just plug it in your homework or your project, and that's it. I said, okay, but obviously I failed the first one. That was the first thing I was smacked on the face with. And then I said, right, I gotta have to do something totally different. You gotta have to do some reading technique there. Not read things word by word. Never. I'm sure every one of us just been watching some, English-speaking movies or whatever, documentaries. Have you seen people on the underground on the buses? What do? when they're just waiting in the bus to get to where they want? Do they like talk to one another? Do they chat, backbite or whatever? See what I did in shopping yesterday? No, they read. How do they do reading? Do they read loudly so everybody can listen? No. That's just eyes only, right? They do skimming and scanning. Sometimes they stop at certain points whereby they can get the best out of the whole thing they're reading. Everybody's there reads, but they read in a proper way. We were not trained to do that. And that's my job, to train you on how to read the proper way. So you can come across any domain that you can, let's say that you're a medical person and you want to read something about economics. Yeah? Oh, I hate economics, that's why I chose to be a medical person. Thank you very much. But the thing is, you're going to have to really start doing things like this. So if I were to read an economics thing, I will be training you here, guys, on how to go through this domain without you understanding every single word of it. But you can get the overall idea. Do you get my point, guys?
Yes. Yeah.
Reading in IELTS is about training you to get to know a thing about everything. Not everything about one thing. Oh, right? Okay. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
What did I say? Get. Thank you, Zibda. No, Zibda in IELTS. Maybe the gist. Zibda in IELTS is gist of this, right? Sorry, gist, yeah. Right, okay, the gist of the whole thing. But yes, we said something?
One thing about everything.
Yes, to know something about everything.
Yeah.
That's the so-called acquire knowledge. That's a long word. Yeah? It's acquire knowledge, not to memorize things, or to read word by word.
The
Yeah?
best technique to deal with the real exam.
I'm going to train you on things that you're going to be doing in the real test, but I'm just saying the technique that we'll be learning for the for the test will be applicable for your day-to-day life in any English-speaking country. That's my point. Yeah? IELTS, guys, is a cultural test. It's not a linguistic test, trust me. Okay? I'm going to tell you more about the speaking section, which really tests you on how much you know about their culture, not how much you know about vocabulary only, for instance. So, right. So far so good? Any questions about this?
No.
Right. Okay. We do reading the same way we do listening. So the first week we'll be doing the focus book, which I've just shown you there. The second week we'll be doing the real exams in IELTS. Yeah? Real reading exams. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now let's come to the really hard thing, which is speaking. Everybody has a problem, possibly, with the speaking thing. Let me tell you more about the speaking thing and how we go about it. Well, speaking. I assume that people have little knowledge about speaking in IELTS. I assume that. I start from ground zero in speaking, guys, right? And we can take you from zero to hero. But this actually is done in a very systematic way. In speaking, first thing we will be focusing on is the so-called fluency. Do you know what fluency is? Yes. When you're fluent, speaking, do you know what that means? Don't translate, please. Eh? Yeah. What does that mean?
To speak simply.
To speak non-stop. Yeah? How to hold on a conversation on a non-stop basis. It's really hard when you want to make a friend, for instance. Let's say, sorry, what's your name? Ola. Another Ola here, amazing. And believe it or not, we have 3 Olas, and you're the 4th, right? Okay. I'm going to have a treasure now, right? Okay. Ola, let me just try and speak to Ola here, right? And I need you to give me your opinion about it, yeah? Let's say that you're an English lady, and you want to try and find a place to live in, yeah? And you tell me how interesting my conversation was. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me, I want to look for accommodation that goes for students, please. And I was cheap one, please. Yeah, that goes for suitable for students, please, and so forth. How interesting was that?
It was very interrupted.
She was very polite and very diplomatic answer. She was saying, that was boring. No, really interrupted. Thank you so much. Now, let me give you this in a different way now. Hi, how are you? I'm quite lost in here, and what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to find a place to live in. I'm a student. You know, students are normally don't look for expensive stuff. You know what I mean here? I was just looking for a cheap place to go to. So can you help?
Cheap and suitable.
Thank you. She's about to sell me that. Okay, thank you very much. Which one was more interesting?
The second.
Why? Because I was more fluent, right? No interruptions, right? That's what we are designed for. When you speak to someone and he breaks up or she breaks up, you lose them. Without you knowing that. It's just the way we are designed. So the first thing IELTS people look for is how fluent you are. No matter how many grammatical mistakes you make. It's irrelevant. Got my point? Yeah. So we've been trained on speaking the wrong way, where you have to speak in a top accuracy first time go. That's why people speak and stop and think, am I doing the right grammar? Am I doing the right word? And stop and think, speak, stop and think. Wrong. First thing we do, fluency. Then we work on the so-called intonation. You have to give some music to what you say. Yeah? Well, I can speak flat, or I can give you some intonation. Let me give you an example here. You can say, this is quite variety. You know, this class has a great variety of people, and I believe that so many of you are so boring, isn't it? Yeah. Or I can say, oh, this class has a great variety of people. You have engineers, we have economists, and we have dentists. Are you dentists? You're the first one. See what I'm saying here, guys? It's a quite great variety of domains and all that. So it's just like do some music to what you say. And that's what we call intonation. This is more like speaking more like natives. Forget about grammar, forget about making mistakes. That's not an issue. This is the last thing that we look for in our speaking. Got it? Yeah. So that's why we do this, guys. And we do this in pairs. We do this, and by the end of this section, each single one of you will have the chance to speak to myself on a full test basis. Yeah? Just to make sure that you are qualifying for that. Gosh, that's a lot of info now, right? Okay, finally, the writing section, which people are having little experience in. Yeah? Well, for the writing thing, I've also assumed that no one has no idea about writing. Even if you are any English literature graduates here? No, I don't think so. Even if you are an English literature graduate, I assume that you know nothing about it, yeah? But you know how to write a sentence, possibly. So we start from the ground zero here on how to produce a paragraph, and then how to produce a intro, conclusion, body, and then how to do the whole thing. But before that, we train you on how to think correctly about writing. The last thing you want to do is to find the question there and start writing immediately. Wrong. You're going to have to spare about a few minutes on planning, guys, right? Brainstorming, do you know that? Yes. So you brainstorm, you draw a plan, and then you start writing. Yeah. And brainstorming is as important as the writing itself. Why? Because IELTS look for quite top people here. So, for instance, if my question was about, are you for or against training the youngsters for a foreign language at a very early stage of their lives or not? Just know what I'm saying? So training like 6 years old or whatever for a foreign language or training them on English, is that something good or not? Well, possibly people have so many views on that. But the point is, I'm not interested in teaching adults about foreign language. The question is so specific. It's about the very young. And that's how your whole essay should be centered on. Examples, reasons, justification, all sorts will have to be centered on foreign language, be it English, French, whatever, and the youngsters. That's how you should think about it, yeah? It's not about learning the second language in general. That's not the point. The last thing you want to go for in writing is to go off track, yeah? Even if you were Shakespeare himself, and if you write a top-end piece of writing, and you're off track, the top score will be 6 out of 9. Even Shakespeare can't do 9. In this case, I mean. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So it's all about thinking in a very centered and very targeted way, yeah? Just to really get the point. And that's what we work on in writing. The other thing in writing, for those who are working in international organizations or aiming to go there, we'll be training you for Part 1 writing and how to produce business reports. So there will be like some charts, diagrams, and graphs and all that, and you have to produce a report on this. How to produce the report professionally, yeah? And not go through the whole details, how to sum things up, how to produce a summary first, and how to cover the majority of the points without you going through the details of each. That is the kind of skill you will be training for here. So that's how the course goes eventually. So basically you have 2 weeks, that's 6 weeks, plus 3 weeks, that's 9 weeks course. We can stretch it out an extra week in case we have holidays and things like this. So you can bear in mind that this course lasts for 10 full weeks. So I'm talking. Right, okay, is that all right, guys? Do you have any questions? Right, okay. Let me finish off this section by talking about the different types of IELTS that we have available here. There are 2 kinds of IELTS that people may be aiming for. The first one is the academic IELTS, and the other one is the generalized thing. So IELTS goes into 2 formats, the academic one and the general one. You need the academic one to do scholarships, universities, further studies, for sure, and that's specifically for that purpose. But you do the general one if you want to do immigration or business out there. But if you want to do immigration or business. But this is for studies only. Whoops. The point about this is that you cannot do general and apply for a university. And you cannot do academic and apply for immigration. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Unless there are certain circumstances where you can use this instead of that. But you can never use general instead of that. Got my point? Yeah. So you gotta have to really be, kind of really clear about your target. Am I going to further my studies, or am I going to do business or immigration? But I can see the majority here, all of you are doing studies there, right? So academic. So not to worry about this. Forget about it. Okay? Now one final technicality here is the so-called IELTS UKV and the standardized. Have you heard of that, guys? IELTS UKV? Okay, that's fine. Just telling you about it. IELTS also has 2 major types. It's the UKVI and the standardized. Now, both have academic and general. Standardized, academic and general. UKV, academic and general. But what's the main difference? There's no technical difference in between them. The test is exactly the very same in both. But those who want to go to the UK and have no scholarships have to do this. You get my point? This stands for UK visa. That's what it means. IELTS UK visa. If you are sure that you want to target UK universities and you have no full scholarship, you have to do this. But if you want to go to the UK and have a full scholarship, you don't need that. You can do this. Or you can do both. Either. Sorry. Do you understand that? Yeah. The other difference is that this is a little more expensive than this one.
So,
yeah?
Just money-wise.
Just money-wise, yeah. There's no other, I mean, it's another way of just, charging people a bit more money for no reason. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so, but if you are to have, or possibly you're going to have a scholarship, forget about this. Do the cheaper one, yeah? And it's both of them are exactly the same. There's no one single difference between them in terms of the technicality of the retest. Yeah? And both of them are paper-based. Do you know what paper-based is? Yeah. It's the whole test is on paper. Yeah. There's no computers involved. Yeah? Any questions about this? This is every single technicality about IELTS. We shouldn't worry about it. So I'm sure that most people are going to be doing the standard academic, unless you are definite that you're going to go to the UK, so do that. This can be paid for in credit cards, this has to be paid for in cash, yeah? Physically there. Yeah. And all this thing, all these technicalities can be sorted out for you guys, but in the secretary here, Sky, we have long experience in this, no problem. We can even book you for a place in your test date, exact test date, even if it's a closed, guys. There's no availability for testing there. We can just have this done for you, even if the registration is closed. We can have you sorted in case you want to do your test on a specific date. Got it?
Yes.
My recommendation, finally, before we start going on through the real thing, do not book your test unless you consult me on that, right? Because I need to give you an assessment of your progression. It's not an easy thing to go there, guys. I mean, I know the border thing and all this is totally easy now, but you're going to have to spend a chunky amount of money, about $400 to $500 in total, going there and coming back and paying for the test. So it's better to really have this as one shot. Do it in one shot, get what you want, get the score that you want, and forget about it, yeah? So my advice, just consult me. Am I qualified to book my test next month or so? Yeah, then I can tell you. And you can always think about booking for a test the minute that we cross halfway through the course. So I mean the minute that we are done with the reading section, right? Then this is the earliest that you can think about booking for your test. Yeah, but no earlier. Yeah? Okay. Any questions? I had no questions. I was about to say any more. There's no questions. Oh, at last we have a question here, Viola. Yes, Viola, go ahead.
If I take this session for IELTS, I can do academic and general?
No.
I can have...
No. For the general, there is extra training because general differs from the academic one in one type of the writing section. Look, in writing you have two tasks, task 1 and task 2. With academic, you have task 1, the way that I explained it to you guys, we have to produce a business report, right? Task 2 is an essay, yeah? Not a business report. And the thing is, when it comes to the general thing, for general, task 1 here is something totally different, where you have to write a letter. Like, let's say that you have a complaint about, you are not satisfied about something that you bought, and you have to write a letter of complaint to the company. So this is more like day-to-day life thing, right? But this is, the academic one is about business report, yeah?
Will you have a general in this course?
This is the only difference. In case you want general, you have to let me know by the end of the course so I can give you extra session to do this. But everything else is the same. General is a little easier in terms of reading and writing, yeah? But the rest are definitely the same. Both of the two modules, the two types of IELTS candidates, will be exposed to the same tests, same questions, apart from reading, which is going to be easier, and the writing. It's going to be a little different. But we train you for the hardest thing, which is the academic thing. Yeah? No problem, no problem. Okay. Any more questions?
No, thanks.
Gosh, what a start. Okay. What? Why are you looking at me? Huh? You want me to teach you IELTS? I've changed my mind. Okay. Right, okay guys, in case you have no questions, but I just want to mention something. Look guys, IELTS is a serious business. It's for those who are very serious about improving their English the hard way. Oh, sorry, greatly, that's what I mean. And for those who are aiming to do their tests and earn this international certification in English, right? If you are the kind of person who actually just want to enjoy IELTS, yeah, you are more than welcome, but you're not going to improve the rate that others are going to improve on, right? My point is that you're going to have to allocate a minimum of 2 hours on a daily basis for IELTS revision. Minimum, right? Okay. Oh, it would be great if we can do like 10. I mean, if you can hold on 2 hours for the next 2 months, that would be a dream coming true. I mean, that would be great. But I would be so happy. Yeah. And what I'm saying here is that you know that we're having the course Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. I'm not saying 2 hours on Saturday because Saturday we'll be having the course, but I mean on the other day whereby you have no course. You have to have at least a couple of hours on a daily basis. Yeah? Got my point? Yeah. That is the minimum. Yeah? And I'm gonna be actually taking you through a systematic training, guys. I'm not gonna tell you guys, you go to Google and find something and do some training on. This is not gonna happen. I'm gonna take you step by step. Do this, don't do that. Do 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the tasks done and move on. Move up, yeah, and level up, to be honest. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay. Any more questions? What about the rest of the Olas here? They're not asking me any questions. Please. Okay. In this case, what we're going to do next in the second half of today's session, we're going to start listening, yeah? We're going to do some training, guys, hands-on. Don't want to waste time, should we?
No.
Shall we waste time?
No.
Yeah, right? Okay, you're with me, guys. That's really good. So, in this case, I'd like to, possibly you can take like a couple of minutes or 5 minutes break, yeah? Get some fresh air and come back because we're going to have to start working on some listening exercises. Guys, for those who haven't got their materials yet, please get hold of this book minimum. And, sorry, can I just borrow? Yeah, thank you. And this book, please. These are the minimum 2 pieces of material that you're going to have to be with us on the next section, right? All right, guys, any questions? Right, this is a beautiful 5 minutes, no more, because we're going to have something interesting next. Just write your first name here, so and leave that there. Hey, what's up? No, you don't need that. No, you can write on the same.
درس أي جامعة معينة هي شغلة أساس في العلم يعني حتى لو أخذت ساعة بدك تطلع أول سنة قعدنا السنة الجاية بدك تحمل مواد تخليها معك مشان تأجل السنة الجاية. هلا تقريبا 5
حكيت معك إن شاء الله.
Right. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Right. Okay. So, first thing first, let's get cracking. Has everybody got a copy of this focus book, guys? If you haven't got one, please get one now. You're gonna have to work on this. Right. All right, guys, so listening. Okay, now, before we get cracking on the material, let me give you an idea of how listening goes and what we're going to be exposed to. Now, in listening, in IELTS listening, there will be someone who's going to be talking about something, and there will be a bunch of questions about this, whereby you're going to have to pick up a certain piece of information or a fact or whatever. Let's say a certain piece of info you have to pick up in order to answer your questions. Now, questions are mainly two types. Type number one is the so-called multiple choice questions, or MCQs. The other type is gaps. The whole listening test is only, you can actually sum it up in two main types of questions, multiple choices and gaps, with all sorts of differences that you can come across. Alright, let's talk about the multiple choices first of all and see how we can deal with that. Alright, so basically there will be a question and there will be options to choose from. Say option A, B and C. The thing is that you will have no chance to rewind or listen back to the speaker. So you have one chance to listen to him or her, and that's one chance actually entails that you have to pick up the information that you're looking for, cross-match it with the options, and finally choose your option. Yeah? The idea is to know exactly what am I looking for, right? Out of the whole thing of the speech of the speaker. Now, to know what am I gonna be looking for, it means that I'm gonna have to really analyze the question well. Gonna have to analyze it, gonna have to read it carefully. So first thing we need to do, or what you're gonna be having, is that the examiner is gonna give you some time to consider the questions, to look into the questions before the speaker goes. Now, how are you gonna use this time? Well, basically, you're gonna have to read the questions to know exactly what you will be exposed to. And the good news about listening is that the examiner is going to go through the questions in order. The questions in order. So he's going to do question 1, does it, finish, done with this, then question number 2, then question number 3. So this sequencing in doing the questions is a very good advantage of IELTS. It's not going to be random. Like you have 10 questions and the examiner does 10, then 1, then 5, then 3. No, he's going to do things sequentially, which is absolutely a big advantage. So what you need to do is to basically try and analyze and understand the question. And to do this, I'm going to have to pick up the so-called key words. I mean, the very essential words of the question. Now, why do you think this is important? We're going to practice this, guys. Don't worry about it. Why do you think this is important?
To focus on the information.
Thank you. Because when I do this, I can tell what exactly am I going to be looking for. So when the speaker goes on and he hits my keywords, then I know that he is going to give me the answer, right, when he hits those. Now once he's giving you the answer, you're going to have to cross-check with your options and decide which one is the right one. I know this is a long mental process, but when you do it times and again, it gets really easy. Got that? It's like driving a car, riding a bike, guys. You know, first time you just drive a car, you kill a couple of people, and then you say, oh, I should have hit the brake instead of the accelerator, right? And that's what happens here. You're gonna have to really stumble and do a lot of mistakes, and then get to know how to drive. Oh, sorry, how to answer these proper. Got it? Is that okay? So let's get a hold of these books, please, guys. And I'd like you to go on to page. What's that? Page 11, I guess. Is it? Oh yes, page 11, please. Can you go there, please, guys? Page 11. All right. Okay. So now, as you can see, there is the. Don't look into the instructions or anything, guys. Look into the box on page 11 in your booklets. As you can see, there are several questions here. About 10 questions. Can you see that? First one, there is an example right at the top top left, sorry, and there will be questions 1, 2, and 3. What I want you to do, are you following? Okay, what I want you to do is to highlight the keywords for questions 1 all the way down to question 7. 1 to 7. Just highlight the keywords, please. Can you do this right now? Do you have a pen or pencil or of any sort? Guys, you're going to have pens and pencils. Right. Anybody needs a pen? Yeah. You can pick this up. You need one? Anybody can share? Highlighters are not good. Thank you for saying that, because you're not supposed to use highlighters in the test. So try and use pens or pencils. Basically, pencils, but for next time. So can you use one of those pens or pencils? Yeah, you don't mind? Yeah. Can I borrow this for your friend? Right, here we go. But don't use highlighters. So, hey guys, what are you going to be doing now? What are you supposed to do? Keyword questions 1 to 7. Can you do it now, please? All right, okay. Thank you. That's it. Thanks. Now, I said do the questions only. I didn't mean that you go through the options too. Why? Because you will have no time for that. The examiner could give you anything in between 10 to 30 seconds to go through about 7 to 8 questions. Yeah? So you don't have time to go through all the things that you've got. Questions only. Yeah? Alright. Shall we check the keywords together, guys?
Yes.
Yeah? Are you alright?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, you say yes or no. I mean, are you dead already, guys? Let's go. What's up? Right. What about the first question, guys? What's the keyword? Okay. Student union, good. Produce, yeah? Alright, fantastic. Exactly. So, here you go. That's question 1. The keywords are student union and produce. So my keywords are those. So as the speaker goes, I'm going to have to keep in mind what student union is wanting to produce. But I don't want to read the question again as the speaker speaks. I'm going to have to keep these 2 words in mind, and that's it. Focus on what the speaker goes about. Got it? Yes. All right, let's, what about the next set of keywords? Come on, guys. Favorite food. Next. Number 3. Least favorite. All right, so when the speaker goes about food, I'm interested in knowing the least favorite. Yeah. I'm not interested in any other piece of information. Got my point? Yes. Right, what about number 4? Give me the keyword. Meals a day. Good. Number 5.
Eggs a week.
Eggs a week. A number of eggs a week. All right. Okay. Next one. All right. Opinion. Fresh foods. Right. So what he thinks about fresh fruit. That's it. That's exactly it. Is that all right? Yes. Was that hard? Easy peasy, huh? Right. We're going to start on the exercise. But as you can see right at the top, the very first exercise in the IELTS will be given an example, and the examiner is going to tell you what to do. So bear with these guys. The main important thing here, guys, if you are looking for keys of success in listening, the main important thing is to stay 100% focused. The minute that you start thinking about things like food, I don't know, friends, partners, you're just going to go dead. And you're going to lose it. Because you have no chance to play the game. Yeah? So stay on all the time. Free up your mind. Yeah? Ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
CD1. Unit 2. Focus on listening 1. Students' Union Survey. Section 1. You will hear a student being interviewed as part of a Students' Union Survey. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 7.
Okay, we've already done that, so let's skip this step.
Union.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, I'm from the Students' Union. We're doing a survey of students' eating habits. Is it all right if I ask you a few questions?
The survey is about eating habits, so the answer is C. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 7.
Hi, I'm from the Students' Union. We're doing a survey of students' eating habits. Is it all right if I ask you a few questions?
Oh, will it take long?
No, not really. 5 minutes maybe? There aren't all that many questions.
And what's it for exactly?
Well, we wanted to get an idea of the sort of things students eat on a regular basis and find out how aware people are about diet and nutrition and things. The idea is to produce an information leaflet about healthy eating.
Oh, yeah. I suppose something like that would be quite useful. A leaflet, I mean. Well, especially for new students. Anyway.
So, what are they planning to produce? A leaflet, correct, which is B, right. How many of you picked this up? All right, okay. For those who haven't picked this up, this is due to one of two reasons. It's either that you didn't understand what leaflet is, which I don't care about. I don't know, I don't care whether you understand what a leaflet is or not. I care about you picking up the information that I'm looking for, right? Or because you got a bit lost in what the guy is talking about and you really like what he's talking about and just want to listen and enjoy. This is not time for enjoyment, guys. You're going to have to pick a piece of information. My keywords were student union produce. So whenever you start talking about what these guys are going to produce, all ears, guys, right? And pick up the thing that he's going to go about. Got it? So let's try and do the next one. Are you ready for the next one? Yes. What exactly am I looking for the next one? Favorite food, right? Okay. By the way, the examiner could go through the options, all of the options. But he is going to go 1 through 1, which answers your question. The most favorite food. And that's exactly what you're looking for. Got that?
Yes. Yeah. Excuse me, but there is photos for the food.
Only photos.
Okay, okay. I mean, normally this is what happens at the real test because it's a black and white, but it would be clearer. So you're gonna have to really look into the photos. But what's that? Sounds like we have a hamburger, right? Maybe. What else?
Spaghetti.
Yeah, pasta or spaghetti or whatever. And sounds kind of soup or salad or whatever. Yeah, okay, should be all right. Yeah, okay. You don't have to be an expert cook to really get to know that. ICE doesn't assume that, but that's okay. Let's see this, guys.
What do you want to know exactly?
Okay, first question. What would you say your favourite food is?
Oh, that's easy. A burger and chips. Lots of chips. Well, I must say, I like a nice Chinese meal as well. And maybe spaghetti once in a while, but no, the best has got to be a burger.
Okay, and what's your...
So the best got to be burger and chips, right? Like, let me just tell you something like the so-called IELTS secrets, yeah? All right? When I was introducing you to the speaking thing, I told you about the intonation thing. Yeah. You know, when you go up and go down and thing. So start going up when you want to draw the attention of the listener to something very important. And that is, in listening, normally, that holds the answer normally, right? Burger and chips. Must be chips, right? Okay, he didn't say, I like burger and chips, must be chips. Boring. No, he went up when it comes to the answer itself. So try and focus on tones. I would say it's not tone literally, it's the intonation and how where the guy goes up. This is so importantly useful because sometimes the speaker could go about something that you have never heard of, you have little idea about, but when you try clicking on the tone, you can really pick up what you're liking, what you're actually looking for. So bear this in mind, yeah? So what about the next one? What exactly am I looking for? Least favourite, alright.
Your least favourite food?
Let me think. Well, I've never been that keen on cauliflower or fish. The smell puts me off. But no, the thing I really can't stand is salad. Rabbit food, I call it. I know lettuce and things are supposed to be healthy and all that, but well, it's just not a real meal, is it?
Tut tut. You're getting into some bad habits there, you know.
It's salad, yes? I can't stand, you know? What did he call it? Rabbit food, right? Rabbit. You know rabbits? Yeah. Nice, cute, long ears. Yeah? Whatever a rabbit is. Yeah, so long as you picked up the right one, which is salad. I care about this. Was that okay, guys? You know? Salad. The thing I can't stand is salad. Yeah? The uptone there. Right? I know the content here is rather easy, but this is just to get you right on the right track, guys, right? Okay, so let's look into the next one. What am I exactly looking for in the next one?
Meals a day.
What?
Meals a day.
Meals a day. Right, there we go.
Anyway, moving on. Let's take a typical day. How many meals do you have? I mean, proper sit-down meals, not snacks.
Well, I nearly always oversleep, which means I generally skip breakfast altogether. And then I'll probably just have a bar of chocolate for lunch. So in answer to your question, I don't sit down to a proper meal till the evening.
Okay. Typical student, I suppose. And...
Okay, let's try and analyse this a bit, yeah? Okay, now as you can see, the speaker has gone through almost all the options. What was the first option, please? Breakfast? Breakfast. And the other one was? Lunch. And the last one? Dinner. Right? Now, the guy didn't go through these in order, possibly, or didn't use the same wording. He didn't use the word dinner, did he? No. He used something like a paraphrase. Something that would lead you to the answer, without him actually going through the exact wording. Yeah? Do expect this all the time. Now, let's try and analyze this together. What did he say for breakfast? He skips breakfast altogether. Yeah? So, not the right answer. And what does he have for lunch?
Bar of chocolate.
Bar of chocolate, right? Okay. But proper sit-down meals, I don't do that until the evening. Yeah? The evening. Got that? So the answer must be?
Just dinner.
Dinner. Got it? Now, there's another technique for you guys. This is the so-called cross and check technique, whereby you nullify the wrong ones as the speaker goes, and you try and guess the right one as the speaker goes. You don't have to wait until the end of the conversation to decide which one is right. You check and cross as you go. Got that?
Yes.
So, try and use cross and check as you go. Try and use tones as you go too. Got that?
Yes.
Is that hard? No. That's good, yeah? Right. Let's see the next one then, guys. What is the next one? What am I looking for?
Eggs a week.
Eggs a week. Number, right?
The next question. How many eggs would you eat in a week? 1, 2?
Well, I don't do much cooking as a rule, but every Sunday I make myself a nice fried breakfast as a treat. That's sausages, bacon and 2 eggs, the works. Lovely.
That sounds okay once a week, but I wouldn't recommend it on a regular basis. Too much fat.
So he said once a week, but what about the number of eggs? 2! Correct! I'm not interested in the frequency he does it over a week. I'm interested in how many eggs he does in one go. So the answer is 2. Correct. Now as you can see, IELTS people try to mislead you. Right? Once a week, or if you're not concentrated, they said, I've heard the word once, so I just put 1. Right? Wrong. You gotta have to be full on, guys. Right? No tolerance there. Alright, what about the next one, guys? What am I looking for? Fresh fruit. What do you think about it? Alright? So try and use this as we go. Cross and check. And tone.
And how about fresh fruit? Does it figure in your diet at all?
Nah, not really. Well, I know it's bad, but I'm just not in the habit, really. Well, I suppose I might eat an apple once in a blue moon, but that's about it.
Pity. But I suppose it's better than nothing. And would you say you had a...
Wait a minute. Oh, I think this is kind of crazy here. Now, what are the options here for you? Can you just give me the options?
Never.
Never. Okay, you said, all right, never. Rare. And regular. Right. Okay. Does he sound someone who eats no fresh fruit at all? No. Okay, so never is wrong. And does he sound like someone who really goes for fresh fruit on a regular basis? No. Now the way you judge this is by looking on into the overall tone, right? Now there is a specific intonation here, but there is the so-called overall tone. Now, did he sound positive or negative about fresh fruit?
Negative.
He sounded negative, right? He sounded quite negative. So this can never be an answer. Got it?
And also she's saying better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Excellent. So it's more likely to be rare. Correct. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Now, this is also a very important technique to look into. Let's say that you didn't understand the whole thing, but you can judge by looking into the overall tone. He sounded a bit negative about it, but he's not totally against. He also used a word or a phrase, what was that? Once in a blue moon. He said that.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon. You know moons can never be blue?
Yeah.
They're always white, right in the middle of the night. But once in a blue moon means something very rare to happen. Got it? So that's it. Even if you haven't picked this up, this is a phrase that you haven't even heard of. It's not the end of the word. You can always be clever about it and judge it by the overall tone. Yeah? Was that hard?
No.
See how easy listening is, guys? This is all about it. Yeah? You can't believe it. Alright, let's move on. What am I looking for in the next one? Come on. Opinion, right? About fresh fruit, right? Okay?
Sweet tooth.
I guess so. Well, most people have, haven't they? Me? I can't resist a bar of chocolate.
Okay, one more question. Is eating healthily important to you at all? I mean, would you choose one thing rather than another because it was more healthy?
No, I can't say that I would. I don't really think there's any difference in taste. I think all this craze for organic food is rubbish. It's just a way to make money.
Okay, well, that's more or less it. Apart from the last section.
So, where did you end up in tone? It's rubbish, you know? It's all this craze about fresh fruit. It's not really. So what does he? Thinks? Things show up. Was it? Absolutely, it's a waste of time and money. Yeah, it is. So answer is A. Correct. Was that hard? See, guys, now you're getting into the right way of getting to know how to pick up certain piece of information as you go. Okay, shall we do something a bit more? Would you like to do a bit more? Okay, we're just going to do 3 more exercises, but let me just tell you what you need to do next. Now, in the following exercise, there will be gaps there. There will be no multiple choices. Okay, so let's see what we can do about it. So when it comes to gaps, just pay attention to this. Say again? Oh, right, okay. I thought the board was talking to me. It's fine. Okay. Look, guys, in the gap thing, there will be like words that would lead you to what should be found in the gap. Now, again, the examiner is going to give you some time to look through the question. And throughout this time, you're going to have to highlight words or phrases that are grammatically connected to the gap. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now here we need to use grammar to be a bit clever about listening. So I'm going to be using words that are grammatically connected to the gap or somehow, yeah? All you have to do is just focus on that and pick this up. Now here you're going to have to care for spelling, because spelling is important. You're going to have to write a word. It's not like picking up a choice or a multiple choice tag. Is that okay? So have a look at the rest of the questions. 8, 9 and 10, right? And let's try and make the so-called good guess. Let's try and make some good guesses. So what about number 8? What am I expecting to find in 8? It's the second part of his name, which is surname, family name. Yeah, the first name is what? Jamie thing. So I'm expecting his surname there. Good. What about the next gap? It's a course. So I'm expected to find the title of that course. And the final one is? Year. So what am I expected to find? The number, or the number of that year, what year he is in. Alright, let's try. Look guys, what you need to do is to highlight the word that is connected to the gap, in this case the first name Jamie, and make a good guess about it. I'm not saying you guess the very exact word, but get to know what am I expected to find. Yeah? Alright, shall we do that guys?
The interviewer asks the student for some details about himself. Look at questions 8 to 10.
I've already done that, it's alright.
Now listen to their conversation and answer questions 8 to 10. Write no more than 3 words for each answer.
If I could just take a couple of personal details. Your name? It's not obligatory, actually.
Oh, that's all right. I'm Jamie Buckingham.
Is that Buckingham as in the palace?
Sorry? Yeah, that's right. B-U-C-K-I-N-G-H-A-M.
Got that. And which course are you?
Oh gosh, you gotta be really vigilant guys. Sure? Alright, my god. Right, okay, anybody pick this up? Buckingham, right, okay, can you give me the spelling of that? B-U-C-K-I-N Buckingham, alright, J-H-A-M. She said as in Buckingham Palace.
Yes.
Now this is cultural kind of question there. Do you know where Buckingham Palace is?
Yeah, the Queen.
Where the Queen lives in? The Queen of England. I know she's useless, but she lives in the palace.
Yes.
Alright, this is B, not P. Yeah? Many people have the problem of B and P. B lips only, yeah? P through the lips. There will be more stress than say. You can say product, produce. You can't say produce, yeah? Produce, right? Buckingham, that's it. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to run the next 2 back to back here. I'm not going to stop it. Let's try and have a happy ending to this, right? Okay? Ready?
Yes.
Got that. And which course are you on, Jamie?
I'm doing a degree in travel and tourism.
Lucky you. That's in the business studies faculty, right?
Correct.
And which year are you in?
I'm in my 2nd year. 1 more to go.
Right. That's everything. Thanks a lot for your help.
No problem. Cheers. That is the end of the section. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Obviously, let me stop it here. This is the standard practice that we're going to be having in the real test. By the time you finish off 10 questions, I mean that's the first section, the examiner will give you about half a minute to check your answers. I mean, look back, try and fill up the gaps that you haven't filled, check the spelling quickly, but don't waste your time using this time. Just like, oh, yeah, go ahead.
Without replaying.
No, there will be no replay at all, right? Okay, so what title will that course? Travel and tourism. Okay, let me just draw your attention to something a little important here, and that is to do with capitalization. Yeah, I know capitalization rules are kind of tricky here, but we're going to go through them as we go through the exercises. You know, whenever it comes to titles, name of courses, places, etc., you're going to have to capitalize the first letter. Yeah, titles, names, places, etc. You're going to have to capitalize the first letters. And what year is he in? Second year, correct. Now, the beautiful thing about IELTS listening is that you can write numbers as numbers. You don't have to write them as words. What I'm saying is you can do second year, right? although the word year is optional, because look at the gap there. What's the first word in the gap? It says year. So you don't have to say second year, it's just the word second will do. Or you can do this. End of story. I would rather do numbers as numbers because I can save myself the risk of misspelling, unintentionally misspelling words of the numbers themselves. So just write numbers as numbers. Got it?
And the first gap, we can use and this.
No, you can't use this shortcut. Like, no, that's not a proper. That's not proper English. Yeah. Use the proper full words. Was that hard? Yeah. All right. You okay with this? Yes. Well, it's pretty easy stuff to do, right? Do we have some more time? I don't think so. Do you want to do some more?
Yes.
No, total silence. All right. Okay. Relax. Okay, it's okay. Guys, I think this is enough for today. It's just to tease your minds, if you like. Yeah. But can I give you a piece of homework?
Yes.
Yeah, starting homework. I said 2 hours, didn't I? I'm not lying about it. All right. Okay. So can I ask you to use this book, skills book, and I'd like you please to go all the way to page 15, please. Sorry, I borrowed your book here. So, skills book, page 15. Can you see that? Yeah. That's an exercise very much similar to the thing that we've done here. Now, all you have to do is just run the audio and follow the technique, which we're going to sum up in a second, and do the exercise. Try not to cheat and play the tracks twice. Just do it in one go, yeah? Okay? I'm not expecting everyone to do things perfectly the first time. Just take it easy, but follow the technique, please. That's the first exercise, that's on page 15. And the other one is that on page 23, 24, please. Yeah? So, whoops. So 23, can you see the exercise right at the bottom of the page? Yeah. Right? Okay, do that. So your homework is IELTS skills book. So the first one was on page 15, was it? Yeah. And the other one was on page 23. And if you turn the page over onto page 24, yeah, you have the rest of the exercise right to the bottom of the page. Got it? Yes. No. The exercise part only. Whatever in the box, right to the bottom only, yeah? Please. Now, forget about all the exercises at the top or anything in between. This is useless. I'm just training you. I'm giving you the gist of the whole thing, guys, right? So don't waste your time doing any exercises. Just do the ones in the boxes, yeah? Each of those exercises has 10 questions, please, yeah? So whenever you come to the 10th question, this means it's the end of the exercise. Got my point?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
This one?
Just this, the last part, and yes, exactly. Got that, guys? Right. All right. Let's try and quickly review the main techniques that we've covered so far. So, when it comes to multiple choices, come on, that's the summary here. What are the techniques? What shall I do first thing?
Keywords.
Highlight the keywords. All right, within the time given to me. Next, I gotta have to really have 100% concentration, so no less, because the minute that you lose it, you're gonna have to really expect yourself to lose things. Now, okay, what about other techniques that we talked about? Yes, exactly, the cross and check technique as you go. And thank you. Try and look into the intonation. When the guy goes up in tone, normally the answer is there. And one more thing, as you may remember, finally, you know, you have the so-called overall tone, right? Overall tone, where you can really judge whether this is positive or negative, and try and guess the correct answer. So far, so good? Yes. That's to do with the multiple choices. And what about the technique that we've learned for gaps? Oops. All you have to do is to do what? Oh, there we go. Try, it doesn't have to be names all the time. Try and highlight the words that are grammatically connected to the gap and have a good guess about it. That's just before the speaker goes. Got that?
Yes.
That's listening. I think we're done with listening. So nice. Right, okay, so far so good?
Yes.
Alright, this is everything that we've covered. Now, one last thing that I'd like you to do from now until we meet up next time. You know what? This course is not about just how to pass the exam in a very effective way. I'd like to work on your general listening skills too. Yeah? So what kind of things do you listen to in your free time? Songs, movies, just like a lot of action movies. What kind of movies do you watch?
News.
All kinds, right? Okay. News, right, good. Okay, and what else?
TED Talks.
TED Talks is really good. Okay, now, from now until we meet up next time, I'd like you to listen to anything that you like to listen to, because next time we're going to have to make this a bit more systematic, yeah? Now, you can do, I mean, there are tons of things that are available on the net, but what I'd like you to do is this. I would like you to promise me to try and allocate 1 full hour on a daily basis to do listening. Just listen. I'm not saying that you listen actively, passively. Do you know what that means? Let's say that you're driving, commuting to work or university, or just walking down the street going to where you want to go. Just plug into your ears anything that you prefer listening to, and listen without you trying to understand every single word. No, just listen. Just let English being poured into your ears and absorb it. Right? Okay, go ahead.
Even I understand that.
I am not expecting you to understand things 100% at all. No, I am happy with 50% plus level of understanding. Yeah. Yep. If you listen to, I mean, one of the things that I could recommend if you Google BBC Radio, guys. Yep. You can listen to live shows, recorded shows, episodes and things that are going to expose you to English culture, right? I respect the fact that some of you might want to listen to songs and all this. Okay, do that until Monday, but we're going to have to do something a little more systematic for next time. But try and do this on a daily basis, I mean, including today. Yeah? So today 1 hour, and tomorrow 1 hour, and before you come to my class 1 hour, that would be 3 hours. Yeah? Don't forget about them, just do my exercises, right? This is going to take you about half an hour to do, too easy, yeah? But try and expose yourself to this. Do you know why this is very important? If you want to improve your score in IELTS listening, you're going to have to improve your general listening skills, right? And let me finish off with this very simple example. You know, if you have a kid that is born in the UK, for instance, right? When she or he comes to the age of 4, she or he can speak English absolutely natively. Now, has this kid studied at Oxford or read the Oxford Dictionary or did English literature at the Damascus University? No, just listen. Because of tons of listening, they can speak fluent, right? And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to have to expose ourselves to tons of listening. So you can speak fluently, you can really improve your listening skills automatically. Got that?
Yes.
Do you know, if you want to go to the very extreme, some people may want some audios as they sleep. Now this is the craziest thing they can ever do. I can promise you guys to be crazy by the end of this course. Crazies and liars. That's what I'm going to teach you guys. Right, if you want to go to the extreme, you can do that. But I don't recommend this at this time because people are going to go crazy. Just do this. Plug it into your ears. Anything you would like to hear in English, right? Anything you like. Till next Monday. Till we meet up next time. Is that hard? That's, trust me, that is so fruitful. So beneficial to what you're doing, guys. Okay, any questions?
Yeah.
I have to say it's been really nice meeting you. Really nice bunch of people here. Okay, if you have any questions, come and ask me. This is the end of today's session. So see you on Monday, yeah?
Thank you.
Have a good evening, yeah? Alright, take care of yourselves. Guys, do you have a problem meeting up at 4:45, not 5? Do you know 4:45? I mean 4:45? Anybody disagrees? Anybody agrees on meeting up Is that disagree? You agree? Well, all right. Let me ask the question again. Can we meet up at 4:45?
Yes.
Next time? Is that okay? Do you agree? Anybody has a problem with this? You have a problem? Okay. Okay. What's the earliest time you can come up here? 5? Okay. 5? Hello? Oh, tell me not 5. No, that's all right. Forget about my suggestion. But you can turn up here earlier and start having some conversations and all that. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming. Have a good day, or whatever is left of your day. It's been a long day. Really? Guys, anybody has not signed up their name here? All right. Okay. Can you just write your name here? Yes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the tracks, listening tracks, can you give your Facebook address to the ladies out there? They can send you the links on Facebook. I think it's the easiest thing rather than just sending it by email or anything, right? Thank you so much for reminding me. I don't know why I forgot that. Okay, guys, just give your Facebook address, yeah, to the ladies out there, and they can add you in, and you can get the tracks of the exercises that I asked you to. The tracks are numbered according to the page of the exercise. So the first exercise was on page 15. So you find track 1, page 15. Just play that and listen to it. So they can send it to you via Facebook. Yeah? Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that. Just head on to the secretary, guys, and give your Facebook address to them if you don't mind. Oh, tell you what. You can give us the Facebook address here on this sheet if you want. Yeah? Okay? So, please do now, if you don't mind. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Good evening. Take care. Hey, Ahmad, what's up?